Thank you, Nerdy. You notice it has everything on it. It's got a little giraffe. And of course, he's fishing. And what's he catching? Happy shrooms. Good morning, Jaylee. Please to show how deep is your love. Deep is your love. I really need to show love living in a world of truth. Cannot die. Shining out of faith. It belongs to you and me. Come on, give me a thumbs up for the music. You know she rocks. Wow, Jaylee, it's been 8 months, huh? I'll explain a giraffe in a little bit, Nerdy. Ooh, need to shout. How deep is your love? How deep is your love? Are you singing along? Pushing the like button. The ocean had its deep. Belongs to you and me. I want to be on the beach with them. Good morning, Cappy. Belong to you and me. Are you guys a little fired up this morning? Come on, fire up. Some of you guys are looking a little drizzly this morning. Where's the fire? Come on, one more. One more. You know I'm not done. Hold on. Good morning, Jesus. That kind of light. Good morning, Jeffrey. You don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like. Somebody love somebody the way I love you. I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of dancing a little bit over here. How lucky are we to be here today? We're gonna share and spread. Know what it's like. You don't know what it's like. Right? You're right, Streety. Somebody, the way I love you. I got a question to ask you guys. Which is better? This for the Detroit Mush Lab QR code or this? Which one should we go with? I'm waiting to ask the crew. Is this just a little too egotistical? Should we just go with the dinosaur? Or should we go with the Heisenberg? Is this too? You guys are killing it, really? I gotta go Heisenberg? It's not too. Are you guys sure it's not too egotistical? Are you sure? Pop Cruise. Really? So this one's too basic? This one's too basic? We should definitely go with this one. But what about when other people, other vendors are on there? I guess it's gonna be Pop Croons. You guys, Eric Gates on Ultra Legit. That's cool. That's cool AF. Who's doing that? Who is doing that? Who's allowed? Who's allowed? That is, come on, man. You know you want one of you. You know you do. Oh, you know you want to. You self on a QR code, and then people open it up, and boop, there they are. They're off in Myco land, bro. We did that this morning, and I'm like, I honestly don't know. Say my name, Kimberly. I honestly didn't know which one I should go with. This one or the other one, because the other one's just a little like flagrant, like flat out. It's not a little, it's straight out, it's flagrant. And at the same time, it's cool AF, right? Chris and Ellen did these. Chris did these. I woke him up this morning. I said, make us a QR code. So he sent me this about half hour later. He sent me this one. He goes, Pops, I just actually woke up. He goes, why don't we go with this one? I'm like, are you sure, Chris? I don't know. That's flagrant. Let's ask for the crew. Okay, so is that the one? Okay, just a couple more of you. What is it? Is that the one? Is it? First of all, you have no idea how fun this is. Okay, this is harvest for a lot of like years of hard work. Years, I tell you. Years, I'm saying. Okay. Doo-doo. Okay, so that's the one we're going with. When you guys, that's take a screenshot or whatever. That's the link to get to Detroit Mush Lab, right there. So boop that picture to yourself, and then I think you can just look it up on your phone. The old QR code situational. Okay. I'm not going to be able to go to the store pretty soon. They're going to spot me. Go, hey, are you the guy on the QR code? But when the retail store opens, when Pop Shroom's retail store opens, everyone will know, oh, that's the guy. There he is. I'm gonna have to start wearing a mask. Okay, pretty soon I'm gonna have to start wearing a mask, like all the other guys. Oh, Chris, you killed it. I'm going with that one. Part of my ego's like, I can't. That's the coolest QR code ever, Kim. There was part of me that's like, I can't do that because it's so egocentric. Who has their own picture on the QR code? Okay. Oh, and the service. Well, no. I'm telling you, at 6:45 this morning, I'm like, sometime today, maybe you could do a QR code for us. He sends me the little dinosaur. I'm like, within 5 minutes, I'm like, this is perfect. I already started showing friends. Oh, look at this. But a half hour later, the Heisenberg code came across, and I'm like, this is so freaking cool. But is it? Can I pull this off? I don't know. I have to ask my pals if I want permission. Okay? I am the one who knocks. There are so many amazing scenes in that movie. Well, there should be for the length of it. What? Are we showing off this morning? Yes, we are. Do we have a business meeting? Do we have a business meeting later? You know, whenever Pops is sporting the shroom stuff, that he's out there like he's gonna make shroom business. Investors, we have to meet with the investors. Are we going out and looking at property? Yes. Uh, we're fired up. Fired up. And then we've got harvest. We've got dehydrators. You should smell the grow house. Oh my God. It's been a long time. I went back on the calendar. You know how I know when I was sick? Do you guys remember when Pops was really sick? He disappeared for like a week. He almost died. He was laying on the couch. Brock did the show for like a month in a row. Do you guys remember back to that? It wasn't that long ago. Do you guys remember how I almost died? I thought I was dying. Do you guys remember? I hit the wall. Boop. That was it. Bam, slam. 6, 7, 8 days out of action. And remember the whole grow house blew up too? Remember? Remember that? Someone brought me soup. That's right, Beth. Oh, I have to tell a story about him in a moment. Same guy. Soup guy. And he's not a soup Nazi either. Listen, I was thinking, it hit me this morning. I'm going through my Kindle. I do my reading on my phones, on Kindle. And Kindle's smart because they send you notifications, right? They send you little rewards if you're a good Kindle user. One of the things that they do is they track how much reading you're doing. And then they send you a little report. Like, I can't wait for my report card from Kindle. Okay? And it's sort of motivating because I was telling Brooke about this at Mushfest. I like to do things where, like, I'm scoring each day in a row, day 18, day 19, streaks. And then what screws me up, as soon as I break a streak, it's hard to start another one. Do you know what I mean? It's like I'm at 180 days, 182, and then I break 183. I don't want to start over. That's too hard to, depending on what the streak is. I was telling her that I broke my reading streak when I got sick. For those couple of days, even some of those days I read while I was in bed. But there was 1 or 2 days where I literally was so sick I didn't open my Kindle. So I'm telling you that whole story for this reason. Just this morning, I opened up, I got a notice from the Kindle report. Like, I got my Kindle report, and it told me that I have 40 days in a row been reading and 50 weeks in a row. I'm saying that half to flex to tell you guys, please read a lot. It's like working out. It's like going to the gym. The more you read, the healthier your brain will be. It's your mental workout. So read a lot. But the reason I mentioned this morning is because when the Kindle told me it was 40 days since I started my new streak, that hit me that guess what? It's been 40 days since we reset. It's been 40, because remember that? It was like then, I was like, okay, I might be able to read or something, but maybe 40, 38, 39 days since I've been back. And all of the grow house is going again. The new website is up. We have a QR code. We Daniel, it's almost the perfect time too. And I put off just a little bit the harvest of this one because I didn't want it to interfere with my not being here because I was at Mushfest. Listen to what I'm saying. Why am I mentioning all of this? Do you think things are a wreck? Are things a mess? Are things tough right now? Are things like, woo, boy, you feel like you hit a wall? Look where you can be in 30 to 40 days. The right attitude, and then just keep pressing forward. Look at where you can be in 30 to 40 days. You might even be further ahead than you were before you hit the wall. You might even be further ahead, having learned some things. You might even have a QR code this time. You might even have two of them and have to choose one. One of the reasons I sit in front of this deal, make sure that I'm here every day at 9 o'clock. One of the reasons is what a neat thing to watch somebody be an example. Not always a good one either, but see how you can do it. Quick story. I'm gonna have you watch this video. Yesterday, who wants to hear a story of International Kindness Association story? It's gonna be about two people you guys already know, we talk about a lot already. But boy, do I feel like they need a huge shout out from me. Give me permission to talk about two people that pulled off kindness, like what it really is, because I was thinking about it afterwards. I'm like, am I overwhelmed by this? I mean, no. What this is, when people act like this to each other, like I'm going to tell you, when people act like this to each other, you know what it really is? It's harvest time. For me, I got harvest. I received a harvest yesterday, so did Brock. We received a harvest yesterday. And for a moment, you might even say, gosh, I'm just like gifted. No, I put in some time and effort and make sure that I plant seeds. And this is just one of the ways the harvest came. Guess what the guys that were doing the kindness acts yesterday were doing? They were planting seeds for their own harvest. They don't know what the harvest is going to be yet. They don't know, but I can guarantee you, from their acts of kindness, harvest will flow. I don't know who they're going to get it from, where they're going to get it. Me, no, I don't know. It doesn't matter. When you go and out of charity and goodness, you're planting seeds, watch what happens. You could be on tea, talking on tea, be finished with tea, go outside to your yard, and where there used to be a jungle, there is no more. Boop, jungle gone out of my yard. Because about 2 weeks previously, I had briefly mentioned, hey, Tad, hey, Mike, Big Boy LaCroix, one of these days, would you guys swing by? I need help cleaning out this area in my yard. I'll pay you guys a few bucks. But I can't do it by myself. I want help. I really just want to hang out with somebody. Come over. Sure, Pops, no problem. We'll get to it. Yesterday, I go outside and it was already done. My fingernails are still clean. I didn't even touch a thorn. Boop, done. I'm looking around for my pals. They're gone. Truck's gone, everything. Driveway. Hold on. How fun is that? How cool is that? You walk out of your house and boop. And I'm telling you, they weren't doing it to show off. If they were, they would have stuck around so I could give them a couple of bucks and a hug. No, then they poof, disappear. I'm not done. There's still another kindness act coming. Hold on. So this is the whole yard. This was a jungle, a complete jungle. He's cleared it all down, all the way to, look at that. Boop, all gone. And Ruffy's was in charge, says they did a good job, acceptable. So yeah, I have to call out people that do acts of kindness. I didn't even get a chance to give them a high five. It's done. That quick, that fast. Okay, look, nerd. Ruffy was in charge. Mike even wrote me back. He goes, I guess Ruff helped him. Ruff was out there the whole time. I had no idea. Second, I look around, I can't find Brock. All his stuff's still here and everything, but it's almost like an alien had lifted him away. I was like, what? Where is Brock? And he's gone, and he's gone, and he's gone for a long time. About 2 o'clock, he comes back in the house with Tad, and Brock looks like he has won the $1 billion lottery, which he has, but not those $1 billion. Here's another story. I'm kind of ratting him out a little bit, but not in a bad way. I didn't know. It kind of made me feel bad at first, too, because then I'm like, no, why should I feel bad? Watch what happened. Some time ago, he had lost his ID from Colorado when he moved here, and he was going through a big hullabaloo to get his birth certificate sent to him and get all this stuff together so he could reclaim his identity and then go to the state of Michigan and register as a Michigan living here now and get ID for Michigan. Okay, so I was involved in helping him get the birth certificate, but then time went by, I didn't even know. I guess he had received the birth certificate and he wasn't sure what to do next. Didn't really mention it to me, so I'm off the hook. Seriously, I felt guilty. You guys surprise attacked me. Okay? All of a sudden, he's disappeared yesterday. When he comes home, I find out that Tad had come over right at the same time tea was going on. Same time Mike's out cleaning the yard. Tad picks him up, takes him to we have a DMV here. It's called the Secretary of State here. We don't call it a DMV. Awkward. Who on purpose wants to go to the DMV? Who on purpose says, I'll go to the DMV? The DMV is the one or two of the places I'll ever avoid in my whole life. I'll let my car not be registered because I don't want to go stand in line at the DMV. Thank God for computer registration now. DMV sucks. Not just like culture, everyone knows it. It sucks when you go there. I guess at Mushfest, this is what happens at Mushfoktoberfest. We talk to each other. We are intimate. We tell people things about ourselves. We mention, hey, I have a need. And it was hard for Brock to ask me, for whatever reason, to help him get this accomplished. And at some point at Mushtoberfest, he confides this to Tad. And I really do need help, and I've got all my paperwork, but what do I do next, Tad? I got you, bro. We're going to make an appointment for the Secretary of State, DMV. We're going to get you over there. We'll get you all of the paperwork. I got you. Pick you up. I'll take you there. I'll sit next to you. We'll make this happen. Well, you think it's bad enough that they have to just go to the DMV. First of all, I'd love to have someone go with me. You think it's bad enough? They get there, this paperwork's not right. They have to send him over to the Social Security office. Social Security, now he has to go over to Social Security. And he spends an hour at Social, then they get done with Social Security. They got to go over to his medical clinic, pick up some medical records. Then they have to go back over to Social Security, show Social Security. Then they have to go from Social Security back over to the Secretary of State, get back in line. You're back in the DMV. And Tad was like, it will happen. We are not walking away. Like there had been 3 or 4 exit ramps there. Like, well, we could get back to this part the next. That's like a week. Why am I mentioning this? What a pain in the ass. Thank God Brock didn't ask me. Whew, God, I would have had to say yes. I don't know how to thank people like that. Except to tell them here publicly, thank you. And hold them up as an example because there wasn't one single thing being asked in return. I feel like I got a harvest and Brock got a harvest. What do you guys think? I feel like they were planting seeds and we got this harvest. And I feel, I'm also going to say, feel worthy. Feel worthy of your harvest if you are out there actively planting. Actually expect it. Does that make sense? Expect it. And this is in the middle of a work week. These 2 gentlemen took their days off and came over and supported the Mush Lab. Plant goodness and kindness, and you have every metaphysical right to expect harvest. You don't know what the form's going to be yet. I don't know what Tad's, and I don't know how they're going to harvest. They don't either. So that's that lesson, right? One second. I just go out there and do something nice for one of your friends today. Just dive in there. Go out there and do something sweet, kind, wonderful for one of your friends today. And that's planting seeds. Don't expect anything in return after you walk away. These guys melted. They disappeared, so I couldn't even see them. Pops would have forced them to take something. Mike knew that. That's why he poof. I have to do it during tea when Pops is distracted. Who does that? Thank you, guys. Let's do our first giveaway of today. Okay? Let's do invisibility potions, right, nerd? Nerd, I hope you got my answer. Nerd, and others. Once in a while, back to this where I'm gonna do this giveaway. When answers, sometimes there's no question at your end when you're typing in answers. Thank you, Daddy. And thanks to Mike, Biggie. When you're typing in answers, you may well answer it quicker or first on your screen or before I say who the person is. It could happen. But what happens is there's a lag here. And unfortunately, sometimes, sometimes, I literally am reading the answers off my screen in the order that I see them. And once in a while, people think, oh, I didn't call them out. I didn't miss you on purpose. No. I have to read them in the order I see them and then call them out accordingly. Okay, so I didn't miss or pass over anybody on purpose. I promise. And if I do, every once in a while, I do catch myself making a mistake, and you'll see me scroll back and try to fix it. Okay, but I literally am reading the screen, and I've gotten a lot better at it. Okay, it's called Ninja Kindness. Is that what it's called, MVP? That's what Mike was practicing. So was Tad, because neither of them had ever. Tad didn't even say, "Hey, I got an appointment. I'm going to take Brock." Nothing. They just appear, disappear, poof, poof, and all kinds of good stuff's done. It's beautiful. Mammals. We're going to talk about top 10 mammals. Okay, I also get lag, so it's double slow. I'm so sorry, True Heart, because you're smart. You know the answers most of the time. Kat calls it gorilla kindness. I like that too. We're going to talk about mammals. Mammals with the largest, top 10. I have a list here of top 10. Good morning, Jennifer. Well, we have a top 10 list of mammals with the largest litters. I picked one off of the list. These are mammals with largest litters. Go. Bear and cat. I'm reading them just as I see them on my screen. A cat and a pig and a rabbit. And a cat and an otter and mice and dog. Largest litters. They're going to have a lot of them, right? What do we have here? Okay. Which one did I pick? Wolf and a cat and a dog and a jaguar and a rat and a moose and a rabbit and an African hunting dog. So it's, King, you're in the right idea. It's something like that, but not African. Ladrand, Jackie says beaver, guinea pig, European hedgehog. Boy, that's a good answer, Rebel. And Jamie got it. Jamie Ream, killing it now. Kill on the lag. Jamie Ream, wild boar. Jamie, great answer. Wild boar. I'm glad. I think some of you guys go and Google these lists because you guys were nailing it right off the list. Good for you. Wild boar. The first mammal with the largest average litter is a tailless tenrec. I don't know what that is, but they have 21 babies. The second one is a golden hamster. Average 11 babies. Ermine, average 10 babies. Number 4, a koipu, average 8.5 babies. European hedgehog, somebody said that one. Numbers, that's 7 babies. African hunting dog, someone said that one right off the list. 7 babies. A meadow vole, someone said that one right off the list. You guys are getting sharp. You're going Google listing on me. I'm going to have to go somewhere else. 6.5. Wild boar. Jamie Ream said that one right off the list. 6.5. Wolf, right off the list. 6. And then nobody mentioned the black-backed jackal. Okay? And that's 6. I would expect a dog or a cat to get up there too, right? But this is mammals with the largest. There are extreme examples. For example, pigs can have litters of 30 or more recorded, but that's not their average. So that's what it says right here. Huh. Just going off the list here, Jamie. Jamie, Friday, we didn't go huge box, but we went nice box. We've got a Pops 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. A Pops 15 pack. Got yourself a Pops 15 pack. I didn't see Haig's here, but Haig's is sending you an eighth of dried, beautiful dried fruit that's as blue as it can possibly be. Be careful. Boop. And you haven't seen this, but we finished a little bit of a harvest. Our curing is kind of done. I want somebody to try this and tell me if it's any good. Boop. We grow all kinds of things. So try this. There's an eighth here. You try to get this at our local dispensary, and they're ridiculous nowadays. So Jamie, let's send you that, and that, and that. And all you have to do is send me your address at thedetroitmushlab.com. But make it all one word together and lowercase. Or if you wanted to, you could just go to the old Pops Heisenberg code and you can scan your way right into there. Okay? Mr. Jamie. I'm going to give you guys a choice this morning. Give you guys a choice. I have two things, and we have about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Okay? Actually, that herb, that bud's pretty good. It's pretty decent for homegrowny. Okay? Is Captain Jeff here this morning? Poor Captain Jeff. He sent me a picture yesterday because we were considering going fishing, and I said, I can't really, I've got a big harvest today. And he sent me back a picture where his eye is like completely swollen. He goes, it's okay, I wouldn't have been able to go fishing anyways. I said, are you kidding me? We missed a chance to have you wear a patch over your eye? You know how cool Jeff would look, like on the boat fishing with a patch over one eye? Are you kidding me? All you have to do is get one of those fake hook things you use for Halloween. And then when we go to, instead of using a net, just boop, we can bring the fish in. Jeff would be amazing. First 10 people. I'm looking for 10 votes, one direction or the other. Which book do you want me to read out of? You want me to read out of Radical Mycology now? Or do you want me to read out of The Way of Love? It's Friday. Which do you want? This book, some reading out of this for about 20 minutes, or out of this for about 20 minutes? It's up to you guys. I've got 2 radicals, 3 radicals, 4 radicals, 5 radicals, 6 radicals. Radicals are killing it. 7 radicals, 8 radicals. It's done. Radical it is. I have something lined up. This is going to be the start of our Agar session. We're going to learn Agar. Some of us know it, some of us don't. But every time I read this, I remind myself and I learn some more. More information gets piled in on top of what other information I had. Looks like the people spoke, right, Nerdy? Page 228 in Radical Mycology. Whiskey, we are going to geek out. By the way, speaking of Agar, colonized plates. Boop. Colonized plates. Right now, over on this site, we have some LC going, and I wonder if the LC is any good. Jeff, it's definitely a democracy. This is your show. I just am the pilot. You guys are the engine. This is some of the liquid culture that's off of the site. That's after 4 days of donation. It was donated 2 cc's to this 4 days ago. And that's where we're at. So I'm one of the Brock was running this, and he brought it up this morning. Oh, look at how great this is going! It's going so good. I go, and he goes, "Do you want to show it to him on T?" I go, "Yeah, I'll show it to him. Yeah, heck yeah, I'll show it to him." So that's Brock's jars. He's running some jars downstairs here. So he's doing a good job, and that's liquid culture off of the site.
Nice job, Sandy.
There you go. So that jar was started with liquid inoculum. We have sort of changed it to call it liquid culture now, LC. But liquid, and that one, overjoyed, is Pink Buffalo. Is a Pink Buffalo donation. A lot of mycologists call LC liquid inoculum. Okay, that makes sense, right? We're going to use it to inoculate something. So liquid culture and liquid inoculum are the same thing. Listen to this. This is a neat little blurb that the author has in his book. These little squares, sometimes he puts in this other information. And I'm going to read this verbatim. Mental preparation and self-care. As with learning any new skill set, gaining a solid familiarity with the practices in this chapter take dedication and time. To pave a gentle path into the world of cultivation, I recommend starting with some of the projects listed in Appendix J. Developing a Zen-like sense of patience and humility is also helpful if you're just beginning. I kind of went the other way around. Like, I wasn't as Zen-like, and I didn't have like enough humility when I'm first diving in, but then I also, let me be honest, I was looking to make money. Oh, this is going to be the fastest, easiest way to make money. Man, weed, it's going to take me like 3, 4, 5 months to get a crop. Here, I could have a crop in 35 days. It only cost me X for a tub, and I can make Y out of it. I am so the opposite person today. And when I was that guy, it was little over 3 years ago. When I was that guy, nothing grew. Nothing was taking off. Contams were everywhere. I'm impatient and anxious. I'm watching every video on YouTube, and how are they doing it? But I'm not. But most of the guys teaching me are wearing masks and telling you this is how to do it. And I got involved with the guy, and he ripped me off. I'm like, oh, this is welcome to Mycology. When you're in it for the money, this is what you get. Why don't you try a different approach, Pops? And it wasn't even as much me trying a different approach. I'm telling you the truth. The mushrooms, beginning to grow mushrooms, changed my personality. Continues to. Changed my personality. I couldn't go shake the jar and think it's going to work. I couldn't open the tub 5 times an hour, breathing on it. How come I'm not seeing pins yet? It wasn't working. You have to develop a Zen-like sense of patience and humility. Try to accept up front that some projects will never grow or fruit, while many others will eventually get contaminated. That was my favorite thing. I say it now all the time. I have leather balls. I had like soft, like really sensitive little things that were like, I have started approaching it like I approached rugby. I won't quit. I will start on this team. I don't care how small I am or how big you think you are, what hit you can lay on me. I'm going to lay one back just as hard on you. I'm faster than you. I have advantages. Let me find a way to use them to beat you. And eventually it wasn't beat them, but it was join them. See all of your projects, the successes and failures, as steps up the ladder of myconosis, knowledge and mycology. This does not imply that you need to be discouraged before you begin. Rather, consider growing mushrooms to be its most encouraging when it's coupled with feelings of adventure and embracing of the unknown. We still do that here. The adventure is in testing, trying something new. What's this one gonna look like? I already know these, and that's my staple. At my grow house, I'm growing 3. That's it. I'm perfecting them. Somebody's seen one of my thrasher tubs lately? It's getting pretty perfect. They're actually getting too big. Slow down, Pops. We're doing thrasher, ODPE, and ghost. But do you think that's farm? Anybody that owns a farm is also developing new systems and new crops. Be sure to pay close attention to your work habits. Often cultivators develop such a codependent relationship with the mushrooms, they become tied to their projects. The most devout staying up late to culture far beyond the witching hour. Crazy out time in the lab guy. My experience is those that flame the brightest burn out first. Be disciplined. Take a disciplined, balanced approach. If you notice any semi-obsessive habits developing in yourself, what? Semi-obsessive? What? I don't have any semi-obsessive habits. If you notice any semi-obsessive habits developing in yourself, take a moment to pause, assess your needs and capacities, and perhaps scale back your list of myco to-dos to a manageable number. Yeah, right. I'm not reading that chapter. I'm not reading that paragraph, that sentence again. Okay, we're slipping past that one. Semi-obsessive and scale back and more manageable numbers? Okay, sir. I'm not. All right, I got it. There's always more to learn in this field, so save something for tomorrow or next month. If you start to feel overwhelmed, working with a mentor or a group of friends, boop, significantly helps remove many of the stressors associated with learning to cultivate. I got to tell you guys something. This is the truth. I wish 4 years ago, I grew mushrooms back in the 70s, but they're nothing like they are now. That was just PF cakes. This whole bulk thing, this is all, woo, man. If I had some old guy that I could turn to like me when I first, I'm going to become Mr. Mushroom, my God. First of all, I'd only have about 4 things in the basement because it's so basic. But you spend all this time and money doing all this crazy stuff to find out it's really basic. And just the opportunity for us, and it's not just me now, you should have seen at Mushfest Everybody off in a corner. This is what I do at my place. This is how my grow goes. Oh, really? Send me a picture of that. What are you doing with yours? And oh, how do you mine? Mine looks like this. And picking brains and sending information and then texting back and forth afterwards. And then, oh, did anybody see yesterday? I took a picture of it. It was the cutest thing I've ever seen in my whole life. On IG, split screen on my IG. Live feed coming from who? Eric Montgomery and MVP. Two of the, how do I put it kindly? Two of the least likely scientists. And they're on split screen talking back and forth about how to set up they're prepping their grain. They're doing all this mycology stuff live. Back and forth. And they were all serious. Like they were like home myco scientists. It was the cutest thing I've ever seen because if you saw those two, you would just expect them to go to the bar together. You'd expect that right, Shasta lady, you would expect that they'd be at a, like, this guy's, they're off doing something, and maybe it's not even healthy. Not those two. And where they got together was at this Mush Fest. Yes, Fernice, I do. It was beautiful. I was like, I didn't have time to watch it very much. I didn't want to stay on long because I didn't want them to, like, see me. It's like, are you kidding me? We're not doing any of this alone. It was hard when I was alone. I was making all kinds of dumb mistakes. I spent all kinds of time looking at dumb YouTube videos of people that were just as dumb as me. MVP, look at him. He says, Eric's my new brother. Shasta, you caught me in there? Okay. There's always more to learn. Working with a mentor or group of friends significantly helps the removal of stressors associated with learning the culture. Plus, it's more fun to nerd out with mushrooms with other people. The author says it's more fun for us to nerd out together. So don't be afraid to ask for help and build connections among other mycologists. I spent half the morning talking about that, but be mentally prepared. Agar and liquid inoculum. The first step towards growing fruit bodies is to obtain a healthy and competitor-free culture of mycelium. Traditionally, pure mycelial cultures have been isolated through the manipulation of spores or fungal tissue in a petri dish that's filled with nutrified agar. However, the refinements in home scale, that's us, in home scale liquid-based inoculum cultivation have developed in the last decade, and they actually provide many benefits over agar work. He's saying we're gotten so good at it, it's so easy now, that LC tends to have more advantages over agar. That's what he's saying. But as both techniques have their own disadvantages, it is recommended to master agar and LC to refine and hone your cultivation skill set, thereby enabling greater flexibility during experimentation. About agar. I'm holding, there's one little, stick around here for a minute. I've got one final giveaway, but I have a super duper neato surprise I want to show you guys. But I'm gonna cliffhang it for one moment. About agar. Here's what it is. One of you brilliant scientists out there, myco-scientists, sent something to the Tea Crew And it's appropriate timing for what we're talking about right now. Okay? Gelatin was used for many years as the firming agent in petri dishes. However, the fungi cultivated on these plates would quickly digest this protein, creating a wet mess. Agar was later standardized as fungi do not liquefy it. So years and years ago, they would use gelatin, but it would eat it so fast to turn into a wet mess. So now they've come up with agar, and we use agar in our dishes, more so than gelatin. Agar can be bought online or in bulk at health food stores. It is vegan and rather expensive. Powdered and granular agar work equally well, as they both melt sufficiently during pressure cooking. Agar can be extracted from seaweed with little effort. And they go through right here, they explain how to do it. I'll post this later today. This is, if you happen to live near the seaside and you really want to go natural, you could go grab some seaweed, process the seaweed, and come up with your own agar. Much of the agar that we work with is seaweed based in the industry. Actually, here's the next line. Agar is a seaweed derived gelatin like substance. For cultivation work, it is mixed with water and other nutrients, cooked, sterilized, and then cooled down inside of small containers to form a semi-solid horizontal platform on which mycelial network will grow two-dimensionally. Commonly referred to as plates, petri dishes filled with nutrified agar are then inoculated with spores or a piece of mushroom tissue. So now I've got this plate with agar, and there's an agar mix. We have to add nutrients to that seaweed base. If you want to, you can go over. Liam, I see you here. Liam, I need your address. I have a box sitting here for a few days with your name on it, and I haven't gotten your address. I posted on IG earlier today a list of recipes, different things that you can use to add with your agar to create your agar mix. Those aren't the only recipes out there, but it's a nice list of recipes. So you've nutrified the agar, the seaweed-based gelatin-like stuff, and then you've poured it into your plates. Now, what we want to do with that is we want to inoculate the plate. One of the ways to do that is taking a piece of another plate that's colonized and put it on there. I could take one of these colonized seeds right here. I could take a little piece of that and stick it on the plate, and it will definitely start another plate. I could take a little drop of liquid culture, put it on the plate, it'll start a plate. We're going to talk more about plates all of next week. We've got about 3 pages worth of plates. But there's one more way we can start the plate. Well, there's more than one, but here's a very popular way. This I received, and I'm looking at it, I go, I don't know anyone named DW. It's the return address is DW. I'm like, I don't know DW. I don't know DW. Let me go ahead and open the box. I usually would open the box in front of everybody, but I was like, I'm not sure what it is. Let me open it before the program. Oh, I know DW. I apologize for not recognizing who DW was. Wombat Labs. Wombat Labs, look at that. For those of you, that's Dave. Okay? The old Wombat. If you guys know Dave, and I'm getting to know him, amazing genetics. Amazing Genetics. He sent in some stickers. We'll give these stickers out. But wait for this. Wait for this. When I say Amazing Genetics, you guys are getting them. Who wants that? Who wants swabs from the wombat? These are like liquid gold. Who wants swabs from the wombat? I do need Dave on the show. We got to do that. Look at that. Look how fresh that is. Some of you are asking, what is that? That's spores. That's spores right there. We're gonna teach you next week in Radical Mycology how to take a spore and start one of our agar plates, the Petri dish. We're gonna take a spore swab and we're gonna start a Petri dish. So then when you win some of these spores in the next week or two, all you're gonna need is a blank Petri dish and you're gonna be able to start your own. Look at that. Now, I'm sorry I can't give these away today. I don't have a box to put them in. I have to get a longer box. So I'm going to get some longer boxes. These are going to go out next week. Good timing, right? Here we are talking about how we're going to use them. Next week, we're going to learn how to take this and start a plate. Okay, Dave's even telling us we can fold them in half. Dave, this is a beautiful package, man. And don't forget, the guy has to put all these together for us in a sterile environment. It's all sterilely packaged. This is as professional as they get. We're really lucky. For some of these guys' genetics, they're out there charging ridiculous prices. Sick prices. Thank you, Dave. One other thing that he has in the box. I've never seen anything this chocolate before in my life. Look at this. Look at this cap. Dave, I hope you're reading the comments. Look at these. Of course, it's going to be weirdo exotic stuff from Dave. Dave doesn't do any just regular old pop thrashers or ODPEs. Dave, what strain is this? Dave, what strain? That's El Chaco. That makes sense. Okay, well, guess what, El Chacos? Guess what? Guess what? El Chaco coming at ya. El Chaco coming at you, kids. So next week, these will be coming out to you guys. From Wombat Magic. Wombat Magic. Dave, this is cool, man. This is going to go a long way. Each one of these, you could start a whole grow house with one of these. No joke. Look how many grow houses we've started. It's beautiful. Beautiful work. Dave is the man. Thank you, Dee. Thank you from the bottom of our heart. Everybody here is saying thank you to Dave. All right? And including me. So, talk about another seed growing. Welcome to Mushtoberfest. Welcome to a guy that we all met at Mushtoberfest and is now deeply ingrained in the community. I personally didn't even know Dave Wombat was out there. Go check out Dave Wombat's IG. It will blow your mind. He should be taking pictures for the for those pictorial books for mushrooms. And he's growing them himself. Mammals. Mammals. You guys are a bunch of mammals today. Mammals, we did the largest litters a minute ago. All right? We have a nice little final package to give away here today. 84 people, thank you. Thank you for being here today. Okay? He's like the National Geographics of mushies. I have a lot of respect for Dave, and I like him too. You can respect someone and not like them as much as you respect them, but in this case, it's equal. Laziest mammals, not mammals, animal. These are animals. Laziest animals in the world. Go. Top 10 list. I picked one off the list. You're a lazy animal. You're a sloth. Sloth's number 2, I didn't pick it. Sloth's number 2, I didn't pick it. Sloths and camels and good dude, you're right, Dad. Just like you. Slothy and a cat. You know, cat's on the lazy animal list. Sloth and a polar bear and a whale and a sloth and a koala. Koala's number 1 on the list, Desi. 22 hours a day koala sleeps. Sloth, cat, rough. Absolutely not. Squirrel, sloth, alligator, your kids. That's funny. Cow, sloth, a red panda. A wombat. Good one. I should have made it a wombat. That would have been perfect, Jackie. Cuckoo, a human, a sloth. You guys are nowhere close. A bear, a cuckoo, a python, a panda, a pig, a turtle, a giant panda. Think I got you guys on this? Nope, here it comes. The answer's coming from one of the smartest girls in town, lion, koala. Kill it because Carlotta got it right. Carlotta, oh, anteater, an anteater, anteater, kill it. I picked anteater off of the list. You guys, let me read the list to you. I picked anteater. Guess who else picked anteater? That girl from Tennessee. Koala, 22 hours a day. Sloth, 20 hours a day. Armadillo, number 3. I'm an armadillo. I'm sleeping 19 hours a day. I'm an opossum. I'm sleeping 19 hours a day. A lemur, number 5. I'm sleeping 16 hours a day. Hamster, I'm not on the wheel going around and around. I'm sleeping 14 hours a day. If I'm a squirrel, I'm not climbing around looking for Dad to run me over with nuts in my mouth. I'm sleeping 14 hours a day. If I'm a cat, I'm not scratching anybody's eyes out, or I'm not in the litter box. I'm sleeping 13 hours a day. If I'm a pig, I'm not eating that much. I'm not in the slop bucket because I'm sleeping 13 hours a day. And finally, number 10, I'm an anteater. Don't worry about it, Ant Hill. You're safe 12 hours a day because the other 12 I'm sleeping. So number 10, spiny anteaters, 12 hours a day. What did she win? Well, Car, this is going to be interesting. Pop's 10 pack. That's coming to you. What else? Oh, we're going to get you an 8th from eggs. An 8th of the goods. Look at how blue they are. We're also going to get you an 1/8 of an ounce of pot blend. And then you know what else? Old broccoloki. Do you guys remember this week we talked about smoke from Bolivia? First place they ever did DMT. Brock wants you to have this. I literally just sent you guys something, so I can send you this. I gotta send her something. You know what's really fun, Carlotta? Shh. Her son had a birthday this week, right? Her son had a birthday. And I wrote to Sandy, I go, have him pick something off of Amazon and Pops is gonna send him a little something, right? So he does. Oh, I don't want to do it. I make him do it. Usually if I do something like that on Amazon, I can have it sent directly to you just by changing the address. I forgot to do that this time. So darn it, the kid's present came here. So I just made up a box to send it back to them. Now, not only will he get a present, but Carlotta gets to open one at the same time. You got to tell him it's your birthday too, Carlotta. Boop. Pops, peace. Tad and Mike, I hope I don't go outside and see more yard work done. Okay? Am I going to go outside and see more yard work done while I was in here? Who knows? You guys are pretty stealthy. You're pretty tricky about your kindness. Okay? Carlotta's telling me to give it to Shasta Lady. Is that true? You want this to be sent over to Shasta Lady? You don't want to show off and get a present at the same time the kids do? Huh? Let me go snuggle your squirrels. Kitty cat, you go snuggle the squirrels. Carlotta or Shasta Lady? Either one of you guys, send me your address. Shasta Lady, if it's you, send me your address and I'll get it mailed over to you. Pops, peace, love each other. Gosh, it's Friday. I don't want to leave already. Okay, Shasta Lady, get me your address. DetroitMushLab.com. All one word, lowercase. Sneaky kindness is the best. Kim, you're one of those sneaky kind type. Yes, you can email for fruit right now. It'll be ready this weekend. So at this site here. All right. Pops, peace. I don't want to go because that means I won't see you guys till Monday. Is that okay with you, Jeffrey Hudson? And Overjoyed and Liam. I'm waiting. And Daniel and Mushman and Eric. Miss you. And RX, there's RX. And Spony Smasher and Mushman and Ms. Red Badger. Red as can be, Jeffrey and Nerd Nature. There's Nerdy and Free. Love you, man. Harry K. Nice to be around. Penny Pack, Savage, Nat, and Jamie, and Kevin from Cali. Thanks again to Dave Wombat, I agree. Ladrand, and Whiskey, and Red Badge, and Jesus Christ, sneaky kindness. Darn, you're funny, dude. Vegas, there's the girl. Truzo, and Slingy, and Mr. Phillips, and Carlotta. See you soon, Gypsy and Penny Pack and Slingy and Coco Loco. Always Rizzed and Jackie Cat and Cappy Pants and Gavin. Gavin Western, not Eastern. Cap Tank. And Robbie and Jamie and Ladran and Sidey and Dave Wombat, thank you, bro. And Jackie Cat and Ms. Red Badger, Detroit Mush Labs, but it's all one word. And you don't have to capitalize anything. That's how you can find us. Free. And Jesus Christ, and Liam, Jimmy Max, there's the Maxter, and Free, and Eric, and Taddy Tad, thanks, bro, and Saska, and Big Boy. Boop, he's big. Momo, and King, and Kevin, and Overjoyed, and MDK, and MVP, and Shasta, I'm catching up. Rebel, and Nat, and Momo, and Always, and Jesus, and Sarah, and Samid, and Gavin, and Jesus, and Sidey, and EMT, and Overjoyed, and Sandy, and DJ, and Rob. Pops out. I'll see you guys soon. Have a great weekend.